how's everybody doing? So for today, we're going to be doing humans. It's a fun variant in Modern where you basically are a human tribal. You've got Champion of the Parish and Noble Hierarch as your main one drops, and then Vials, because Vials allow you to get things out quicker than you typically could. Champions help because they grow real big, real quick. I'm sure you can imagine playing a 1/1 on turn 1, turning it into a 2/2 or 3/3 on turn 2 and swinging. Not terrible. Hierarch helps because of the Exalted trigger and Mana Ramp to help us get to our 3 drops on turn 2. For our 2-drop slot, we've got Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, as a way to stop our opponents from being able to cast spells, so that way our stuff gets to stick around a turn or 2 longer. Then we've got Thalia's Lieutenant as a way to pump our board, or another creature that'll grow. Then as far as interaction goes, we've got Kitesail Freebooter as a way to remove something from our opponent's hand that we don't want them to have, such as a removal spell or a board wipe. We've got Meddling Mage as a way to name pesky cards that we don't want them casting, such as Uro or Omnath or Teferi. Then you've got Phantasmal Image because you can copy anything in the deck, and they all aren't terrible to copy except General Kudro and Thalia because legendary. You've got Mantis Rider because who doesn't love a 3/3 with Flying, Vigilance, and Haste for 3 mana? And then you've got Reflector Mage, which we just took out one because magic is great. You've got Reflector Mage as a great way to bounce a creature, and then they can't play it the next turn. So you get to remove a creature for effectively 2 turns. Other than that, you've then got General Kudro, which is a nice human lord, and has whenever he or another human enters the battlefield, we get to exile a card from a graveyard. So remove their Kroxos, remove their arrows before they get enough to recast it from the yard. And that's basically the run out of the main board. You've got some Waterlogged Groves and some Heroizing Canopies for redraws, a Silent Clearing as well. So you've got 5 redraw effects. Then you've got Rainbow Lands with Unclaimed Territory, Cavern of Souls, and Ancient Ziggurat. So that way these 5 colors of mana we can produce. And then you've got a basic Plains and a basic Island, because those are your main 2 colors, as you can see. Lots of white and blue that we want to be able to cast. And then Mantis Rider is white, blue, and red. We'll be getting the red if they Blood Moon us anyway, so we don't need to worry about red. As far as sideboard concerns, what we've got going on is we've got 3 Auriok Champions for anytime we need to either gain life or want a creature that has protection from black and red. You've got Mages of the Moon to destroy greedy mana bases. Even though we're greedy mana base as well, if we know that we're bringing in Moon, we can try to play around that and keep hands where it doesn't necessarily matter. And then you've got Deputy of Detention. That's a great way to hit non-land permanents. And Gaddock Teague is a way to hit any big things such as Tron, because Tron gives us a bit of problem. Damping Sphere again for Tron or Storm matchups. Grafdigger's Cage is a way to deal with oops type decks. And then Chalice for combo decks where we're a bit worried about what they're doing. That's the quick rundown of the list, and I will see you guys in the league. Let's see how we can do. All right, match 1. Looks like we've lost the die roll, but hand's got a Vial, 2 Guardian of Thraben's, a Mantis Rider, and a General. It's keepable. It's not phenomenal, but it's keepable. Okay, Black Cleave Cliffs to start us off here. Bit on the unfortunate side. It means that they might be doing an early Blood Moon here, but that's all right with us because we'll have this Vial down. We shall see. Ooh, is it straight up Jund? I'll say yes. Okay, we draw a lieutenant. We'll do this. Name a human. then go white 1, Thalia. Want to go ahead and cracks. Gets themselves a basic swamp. Let's see if Thalia gets to stick around for a turn. Nope, there's the bush. Okay. That's fine by us, because we've got another Thalia to play here. We can go Thalia into Thalia's Lieutenant. Doesn't buy us safe from Bolt. But there's the Blood Moon, so we can't do that. We've still got our Vial, however. So we're all right. Okay, unfortunate there. And we will go ahead and pass the turn. We can Vial in on their turn. It's interesting because we want to be able to play these 3-drops, so we might have to skip out on the Lieutenant. Or we play the Lieutenant and skip out on the Thraben. They've got enough mana to play anything in their deck now if they're the Rakdos mid-range style stuff. So there's a Chandra. Okay. The Exile Verdant Catacombs hit us for 2. We're okay with a Chandra here because we can now go Lieutenant plus Mantis Rider. I know it's each other, so we miss out on that trigger, but we're ticking the Vial up to 3. Playing out a land. Putting in Rider, growing our Thalia's Lieutenant, and killing their Chandra. Attack all at Chandra. Let's see what opponent's got. One, two, three. Liliana. Okay. What, minus? Make me sack? If it's a discard, we discard Thalia. Target player sacrifices a creature. So, personally, I'm a fan of flying and vigilance. We'll get rid of our Lieutenant. Let's see if they have the Bolt. I have a feeling if they had the Bolt, they would have already played it, though. Because I would have bolted first and then played the Thalia. This, that, and this. Always no, always yield. Hierarch. That's a fun one. Get rid of their Liliana. And pass the turn here. Reason we're not playing down the general here is because there's no need to. Inquisition can take one of these generals. In response, we'll go ahead and do this. Do this. Eat. We'll eat push. Doesn't matter, but there we go. They Inquisition us. Probably take the other general as seeing it's a 3-drop, but it's a legendary, so it doesn't do much when we already have one out. Channeler. Okie doke. So what's this? Sacrifice 2 humans, destroy target creature with 4 or greater. Okay. Not worth it for us. And Cavern of Souls. Fun. Play out of land, go to combat, swing for 7. Opponent takes it, goes to 12. So Blood Moon doing work. He pitches a Blood Moon here. Exiles push and a Blackcleave Cliss. Oh no, Exiles hit Inquisition and Blackcleaves. They can Inquisition, they can take Thalia or Hierarch. Does not matter. Either way, it's not something that they really want to be doing. And they cycle the Triome to try to find their way out of it. Okie doke. Finds themselves a land. We do this. We draw an image. Fun. Not castable, however. Swing for 7, take them down to 5. Opponent's got to try to find removal. They're thinking. Shh. The Invisible Cup does not exist. Pyromancer to dig. Which is whatever the last card that they have is. It was a push. Makes sense. They can't push either of these targets. I mean, they could if they blocked, but they ditched a Blood Moon, hit Dreadbore and Chandra. Can cast the Dreadbore. You Dreadbore the Mantis Rider here. And then you're able to jump block for a bit. Yep. Okay. Blood Moon putting in work. I'm assuming this just gets jump blocked. Yep. So they were able to draw enough removal here that they probably run away with this game at this point. I mean, a Mantis Rider off the top here is insane for us, but they've still got quite a bit to do. If they, it's probably just swing for 4 here. Oh, holding back the Channeler as a blocker. That's fun. Eat their dread boar. Combat, get in for 4. Take them down to 1. They pitch the land. Exiling Pyromancer and land. Let's go. They go down to 1. Oh, it's going to be close. They've got, what, 1 look? Plus 2 more? To try to save themselves? It was a Blood Crypt. They pitch Blood Crypt, and they hit Dreadbore. Okay. They get a Dreadbore here. Dreadbore's there? Okay. I'm flying. Am I missing something here? Empty-handed swing for the hills. Scott flying. Okay. I was wondering why they targeted... I mean, they targeted the general with the Dreadbore. I would have hit the Mantis Rider, because then you have the Seasoned Pyromancer to block, which buys you some turns. Obviously misclick. I mean, you still clicked it. Okay, so we want the champions here. They are the black-red deck. We want those. We want deputies. Chalice on 1 isn't awful. But I don't think we want any of those. As far as what we want out... Hierarchs help us fix mana colors. Thalia's decent. Like, all of these are good against... I guess Reflector Mage isn't that great. So we can take out 3 Reflector Mage. We can take out, I guess, a Kite Sail. And I guess a Guardian. We're looking for vials here. One lander, bunch of 2-drops. Mulligan. Mulligan to 5. Keep. As far as what we're bottoming, we have to bottom 2. Yes, unclaimed. And image. Yeah. Unclaimed an image. Hope they don't have turn 1 discard. They do. Fun. By Hierarch. Because we still need white mana. Cavern name human past turn. There's the mire. And And a channeler. All right. They're starting with a channeler early. Okie doke. That is just about the best draw we could have had. White champion. Deal with it. Problem is, if they have the Blood Moon here, we have no way to play down this Thalia's Lieutenant now. Pitches Kroxa, looking for Blood Moon. Does that. Hits their third land. Maybe they were just looking for their third land to cast a Blood Moon. Yep. So we no longer have access to white until we draw Vial or our planes. We are in hard mode. Of course, it happens to be one turn too late. All right, because we have blue and red. Swing for one. Red, one, Pyromancer. Always yes, always yield. And gives us a good 2 more life there. And pitches a land with the channeler, trying to find... Well, that's great for us. I just hit 2 dead cards. They're looking for another black source for this Kroxa. I don't know how many swamps they're running, so it might be a while for that. Planes one time. Image. We're gonna hold here. And they pitch. Inquisition. Reveals Bolt and Push. Or no, Arcanist and Bolt. So I guess they play down the Arcanist. Yep, they have themselves a 1/3 with Trample. Oh, we gain 2. Planes. Okay, we will pitch a Rider and Deputy. Make some elementals. Play our land for the turn. Pass. has the bolt. Okay. And it still made blockers and dug us deeper. All right. So what can they do? They've got 2 cards in hand. They've got red, red 1 to their name. They probably want to start swinging with this channeler. However, we've got blocks on it for days. They pitch a Blood Moon, exiling another channeler and a Black Decklist. They do that. Play down channeler. So they have a 4/4 plus a digger. Makes sense. We gain 2. They play down a Triumph, so they are empty-handed now. Upkeep, we draw a Mantis Rider. Okay. So we just kind of stare at the board here. Alright, what do they pitch to the channeler? They pitch a land, they exile 2, Dreadbore and Torch of Defiance. Both don't do much. I mean, Torch does a good amount from the aspect of they can uptick for days. But if we hit 1 white source, Torch goes away. Catacombs exiled and combat. Do they do anything? Nope. Okay. White mana. Vial will work. Okay. We can now start to do things. Vial on 1, Vial in Parish, Vial on 2, Vial in Thalia's Lieutenant. Exiles Engineered Explosives can hit EE on 2. That is their answer. That is a perfect answer, too. It destroys their channelers, however. Destroys their channeler and their Arcanist. Could just go on 1. Okay, goes on 1. So that way they can blow up our Vial before we get to get value out of it. Okay. What you got for us, opponent? Anything else? And nope. All right. Vial. Nope. Unfortunate. So Chandra's at 6, huh? We'll keep Chandra at bay. Okay, they exile the top. It's an Inquisition. That should just be 2 damage at this point. No need to debate about casting that card. I can't cast anything. Yep. In theory, this is swing team. Swings with both 4/4s. And a 2/2. And a 1/3. Okay, Arcanist allows them to like push one of our elemental tokens or bolt us. Either way, we're fine. Yeah, bolt's targeted. We take 3, go to 26. Wait, non-opponent. Reflector Mage. Missing our white mana yet again. Go ahead and ping Chandra again. Exiles a swamp. Awkward. That's what they needed. This'll happen. They started to swing. They can get back a bolt here, bolt our elemental. And then we take 7. That's what they should do. Why do I get to go to blockers here? I get to stop 8. I go down to 21. And upkeep, draw, neat. We pass. They get to finally uptick Chandra to the point where they could emblem it. They now also have Kroxa, and does not do them anything other than help them close out this game, which they won a long time ago. We're just making them waste clock. Yeah. We gain 2. Yeah, Kroxa didn't escape, and then this happens. I guess we'll get rid of Reflector Mage? Sure. At this point, it should be turn them all sideways. You gonna cast the bolt? And keeps targeting the bolt, but keeps not casting it. torch goes up. It's swamp. Okay. So I know that they run at least 3. And we draw meddling mage. Dang. Wow. White source really coming to bite us in the butt here. So if we don't block, if we don't attack, this probably kills us. And if we do attack and block there, we take 4, 8, 10, 11, 13. We still might be dead. But hey. We're up 10 minutes, roughly. This is just attack with all. And block the most damage. Go to 7. We're now dead on board. Okay, uptick. Arcanist. This should be, let me take 2. Apparently we're gonna play out the card to let me gain some more life. And a channeler. Neat. And I gain even more life. We're at 11 and we draw land. All right. Let's move on. Opponent's got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to win game number 3. I like how we boarded. We just need to keep a hierarch out or a vial early. There we go. I would love to take the play here. Interesting. This hand's probably good enough. This human, that champion, pass. Yeah, you got the Inquisition. What you taking? Because this hand is speed. Takes the freebooter, meaning that they're planning on just trying to Blood Moon us out of the game again. Good to note, good to note. That we draw a Canopy. We'll play out the one that they know about. White, white. Thalia's Lieutenant. They grow. Always yield. In combat, swing for 3. Opponent's down to 17. There's a swamp. Do you have push plus bolt? Just a singleton push. Okay. Another land there is real awkward. In Canopy, we have to go white. Other lieutenant. Swing for 3. Opponent's at 14. There's the basic swamp. Triple black. There's the moon. Turn late. Hit for 4. Opponent goes to 10. Planes off the top here. Red 1 Pyromancer. Torch of Defiance. Down tick, get rid of this Thalia, and then we kill your Chandra. Okay. Opponent's got 4 minutes to kill us. Liliana down tick. Neat. You have a channeler now. All right. Each player discards. We discard that because if we draw our white, we can go Meddling Mage and aim Bolt. And then they can't bolt us. Upkeep. Okay. Pass the turn. Hold the land to discard to Lily. Just should have held the land to discard the Lily. Since we did that last time. Just wasn't thinking. Arcanist, sure. And plus what? Another? Okay, command 2 damage discard. Fun. So it wouldn't have mattered. We'd still be discarding here. It gets in for 3. Opponent picked up the pace here, which is a bit unfortunate for us. We kept a hand that was relatively aggro and they had enough removal. Looks like we're going to get Blood Mooned out. And that's how we're going to lose. Again, what we said was Blood Moon's a problem card for us. And when they get to run it main board, that hurts a bit. We take 4. I need to swing 3 more times in 2 minutes. Vial will allow us to play cards if we can draw them. We need to draw 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Okay, Channeler here. Activates Channeler. I was gonna say if it was just to put a instant into the graveyard, and that is lethal if they turn them sideways. All right, give him the GG. There we go. Because that is 7. Blood Moon doing Blood Moon things. What can I say? One is trying to decide if they want the die roll, or if they want the play, I mean. They want the die roll. Okay, awkward. Mulligan, keep. Bottom the Ziggurat. Interesting. No turn 1 from our opponent. Real good for us there. Unclaimed territory. Name Human. A vial on 1. Pass the turn. So the Pleatland makes me think either Jun Shadow or Rock. I don't know. We'll find out. Inquisitions us. So they drew that off the top. Probably take Freebooter. Like Freebooter's the scariest of the 3. That'd be what I'd be worried about. Takes Reflector Mage. Okay. Let's actually go ahead and do Illusion. So that way we can cast. That's incorrect mana. Tap that for black and 1. Freebooter. Let's see what opponent's got. Oh, Freebooter just misses. Choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Oh no, it's revealed and then we get to take. So doesn't matter what we take here. Yes, we take push. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter what we take because they can trophy at any point to get rid of this vial. Yeah. We now know their hand. Looks like they didn't hit the land drop. Target player discards a card. And we'll discard the Ziggurat. Because I like the redraw. Their hand is push plus trophy. A vial will tick up to 2. We draw a land. We'll play the land and we'll pass the turn. Look at this mana, opponent. Oh, look, they finally found their mana for their Kaya. They get themselves a Plains here. And they drop a Kaya. A vial gets exiled. We would like to draw ourselves a card here. What an interesting card draw. White champion. Grow Arthalia. Play out this land. We sadly can't play out the general, which is awkward. We do this, get rid of their Kaya. They can now only do one of their 3 cards in hand. I mean, yeah, they can only do 1. So they push getting rid of our lieutenant. Ah, because now they can trophy. Or Kaya down tick. Yep. So they still have trophy here. Kaya down tick eats our champion. this point, we're not looking too hot. Freebooter's all right because it hits their Assassin's Trophy. Maybe I'll take the trophy, pass the turn. They'll be able to gain a good amount of life here. Yep. They go to 12. Paying costs. I don't like that. Raven's Crime. We pitch General Kudrow. Can't play it. We draw Phantasmal Image. An awkward one. Just to show that we got the illusion. Yep. Go ahead and hit Kaya there, so that way we can keep Kaya at bay. Opponent needs 2. And Bitter Blossom, sure. Silent clearing this. Go ahead and do this redraw. Vial, that's a fun one. Take Kaya down to 1, pass the turn. They draw a card off of their peatland. Bitter Blossom, they make a fairy and take a damage. They can uptick and their Kaya will constantly be at 1 now until they have a way to deal with these. Opponent's got an interesting deck. Auriok Champion seems good. Chalice isn't looking awful. Beats those 2, gains 2. They've got 1 card left in hand. If it's pushed, they would have already pushed. Huh. Reflector Mage, just to get that fairy out of the way to deal with the Kaya. Kaya is no longer a problem, unless they have removal. As Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Use Assassin's Trophy. Go get this Plains. Kaya goes to 1. Opponent has Assassin's Trophy in hand. +1 unknown. Eats our last 2 freebooters. Uptick, we draw a Hierarch. Interesting. Do that. Combat. Swing the 2/3 Exalted. I mean, it's obviously they block with the fairy here. Okay, they go ahead and blow up the Assassin's Trophy. Interesting choice by opponent. And they want to start being able to kill us here. Yep, they eat. And they have a bobble. Liliana. Okay. Opponent's finally starting to do things. Get rid of a hierarch. Bobble, they want to see what we're drawing. Get in for 1. Fine by us. That means that it's not a Mantis Rider on the top. We'll keep... And we'll put Vial to 3. Why not? Just so we can then always know, always. Alright. What'd they draw for Bobble? Let's find out. A Luris. Alright. Good to know. We will try to get rid of Lily here. Assuming this is a block by the fairy. Yep. And then Luris gets to come in. Yep. And that plus Bobble. And another Bobble. Okay. They get lots of draws here. They really want to know what's on top of our library. Gaia eats. Each player discards. I mean, this isn't a swing. That you always know, always yield. Meddling Mage. Oh, well, that's obvious. Meddling Mage named Mistress Bobble. Make it so they stop drawing cards. So if we swing everything at Lily, no swing. Bitter Blossom slowly but surely hurt an opponent. Snow-covered swamp. Okay. Understandable card to discard. This, redraw, sure. Draw ourselves a card. That's a fun one. Okie doke. So we could swing with this freebooter. Doesn't buy us anything. I'm assuming this is... Oh, Paths. Paths Thalia. Interesting. Now draws off the peatland. Yeah. Eats my canopy. Yep. Target player sacrifices a creature. Sacrifice the reflector mage. See, opponent. If you're going to be doing that, you should have done that before activating Kaya to then gain life. It's just weird triggers. Hey, would you look at that? Red, white, blue, Mantis Rider. All right, this alt is to target player. Oh, and then we're gonna take 14. I definitely should have hit Kaya. Are we just jumping? No, we're getting rid of the freebooter and then jumping there. Okay. Interesting. So this could take us to 16 and then we'd be dead to the Kaya. Grim Flayer. This is a nice card. Thanks for showing me a bunch of things. Inquisition. So it ain't looking too bad on one. Also, Kaya definitely is not going to be sticking around. Ooh, that's fun. Light one, Lieutenant. Again, it's just this gets jump blocked. Yeah. And then we take 16 from Kaya plus 2 in the air. And it's 2 in the air twice. If opponent has any brains here. There should be alt Kaya. Alt Kaya, down tick Lily, kill me. Right? Yeah. That's what you do. But, I mean, we don't die. No, we do. We die. I don't know why we're playing Skews. Yeah, we don't die. We'd be at 1. Because we can block. Opponent. Sometimes you just miss lethal. Each turn you give me allows me to draw something, which gives me another blocker. Although now they definitely have lethal. Let's see if they see it this turn. They didn't last turn. Okay, they finally started. So that happens. You eat this with scoos. You hit me for 16 or 17. And then I can only block 3. Maybe they don't see this line though. You never know. Let's wait and find out. I do have to say, opponent's playing a really sweet deck though. We're running Grim Flare, Lurrus main board. Opponent didn't see the line. Opponent, I'm disappointed in you. You're purposely just making this game take forever. Well, you're purposely trying to make it so that way I die to a Kaya ult. And only a Kaya ult. Blah, 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 blah. You, that. Meddling Mage. Abandon Reason. Opponent's had lethal for so long. It's upsetting. Yeah, you can let Kaya just take it and still be able to ult me. And then I'm just dead in the air. Did they figure it out that they've had lethal for the past 3 turns? There we go. We get hit for 17. We go down to 2. Combat, swing for 3 in the air. Oh my god, guys. Guys, they figured it out. They figured out how to kill us. It only took them 4 more minutes than it should have. Alright. Okie doke. Deputy isn't terrible. Auric champions are great. General Kudrow kind of doesn't do much. It's a lord, but meh. Reflector Mage doesn't do a whole lot against them either. Play. I don't want to go past 2. I guess Hierarch, we don't need the mana ramp too much. We just need to be faster. I would love to take the play. Yeah. Yep. Have to lead on the silent clearing, however, for the vial. But that into Meddling Mage. Name, I guess, Fatal Push? Or Assassin's Trophy? One of the 2. This, yes. Ooh, that's a pretty one. And blue, white, Meddling Mage. Name push, pass turn. Opponent fetches here. And gets their Triome tapped. Basic swamp. Grim flare. Sure. Step. Activate vial. Put in hierarch. Do that. Say yes. Neat. Blue 1. Phantasmal image. Copy. Oh, that's a human? That's a human. I mean, we're not going to get more than 4. So this name Assassin's Trophy. There goes most of their removal. Do this, say yes, put Dahlia's lieutenant down. Bada bing, bada boom. Swing with meddling mage, exalted trigger. When it takes 4, goes to 14. Plays a land. Well, let's see this Kaya. It could be a Lily. It's Kaya. Minus Vial. Minus is the hierarch. I want to float mana. We cry a bit on the inside as our hierarch disappears from the world. Vial goes up. We draw Deputy too. Mantis Rider. Combat Mantis Rider there. Attack all there. Yeah. Blocks there, they go down to 7. Dead on board. Liliana, sure. Sacrifice the Assassin's Trophy. Do that. No. Yield. Neat. Yes, Rider, combat. Attack all at them. Humans going quick. All right. Do it again. Meddling Mage, man. Pretty good card. Not gonna lie. I mean, we just said Meddling Mage is a pretty good card. Let's see how good. Marsh Flats passes the turn. Cavern name Human. White human. Get themselves a triome here. Green Shoxodon. Okay, has brutality. Goes ahead and gets rid of the champion. That's fine. this, we draw an image. How funny. We need our colors though. So white, blue, meddling mage. Let's name Fatal Push. Just the safest card to name. Cheapest cost. Assassin. Oh, Grim Flare. That's fine. Path. Sure. Yes, we'll get blue mana. It's a Mantis Rider. That human. Go ahead and do white, blue, meddling mage. There's a reason they pathed it. They've got it in hand. You're scared of it for some reason, opponent. Let's find out what that reason is. I'll take this trade. That's another path. Okay. So we go down, but that's 3 removal spells out of their hand, and now we're gonna just start beating face with Phantasmal Image Mantis Rider. Because that's 6 flying vigilance haste every turn, unless they have a Liliana. Kaya, uptick. Yep, eats our champion. Deputy. Huh. Just hit opponent. Let's show them that we've got a clock and they need an answer. Well, there's an answer. Again, you're gonna be doing that. Do it in the right order, opponent. Okay. I'd like to draw a card here. We need to find things. Those are things. White, blue, 1. Accept. Deputy. Can't be used that way. Because Deputy's not a human. So we played out the wrong one because I'm smart. Do that, draw a card. we're flooding, boys. You hit Kaya here. Okay, it goes down to 2. We can pass the turn. Just that way they can't alt Kaya. Assassin's Trophy. We don't have any lands, but I do want the shuffle effect. Each player discards will discard an unclaimed territory. We really don't need this many lands. Eats 2, makes sense. Swings for 4, doesn't. Okay. What a nice top deck. You blue, white, this. Deputy away the Kaya. Mantis Rider, white, blue, red. Get rid of that Lily. And have a 2-turn clock if opponent swings. And they're looking for answers. Okay, they go down to 9. Draws yet another card. Has 1 mana available to them. Does not swing with the Grim Flare, giving us the turn back here, which could be fatal for them. Kite Sail Freebooter. They've got 2 cards in hand. See what you got, opponent. Raven's Crime. Okay. We'll play out the Vial, because why not? And swing for 3 in the air. Pass the turn. We can hit opponent for 5 with what we've got on board. Say their hand is Marsh Flats and 1 unknown. Their hand is 1 unknown. They go down to 5, so they need a way to kill one of our creatures here or they die. Liliana, sure. Lily downtick. So this is, they would get it. I mean, we sack the Thalia here? Because we hit you for 3 and Lily for 1? Attack him, attack Lily. Then we still have lethal on board. Did opponent get there? Luris. Okay. Luris, bring back Bobble. Try to bobble your way into a push. You can't do that. I guess if they hit trophy. Path works. Tick to 2. And draw vial. Unfortunate. So we'll be at 2 here, but opponent will be at 1. So they know what we're drawing. They know that they need an answer to this kite sail. And the deputy now. Because they tapped out. Oh no, they gained life off of Luris. So we need exactly a lord. Kaya eats Vi. Kaya gains them life. So now we have no out. Because they gained enough life there. Either way, the answer is yes, yes. Can we draw a rider? Wow. We draw exactly the card that does just not enough. How unfortunate that they happen to have Kaya off the top for the life gain. We'll take him to 1. Hit him with the GGs. Another tight game. Because it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, we can block there. Okay, tail, Ziggurat. Of course they hit Kaya. All right. Losing to Abzan Junk? I'm not opposed. It doesn't do much in terms of interacting with them, but a hierarch into champion, lieutenant, into general seems pretty good to me. All right, facing Tron. We will see how good we can do. Image is actually fantastic for us there. A human green hierarch. Although this is probably a turn slow, which is unfortunate. Because that's Tron setup. Meddling mage. Okay. What do we blind name? Karn Liberated? Yeah, we blind name Karn Liberated. Human, white, champion. Blue, white. Meddling mage, Karn Liberated. Okay. And next turn we have image on mage to name something else that we're afraid of. Let's hope we pick the right name there. Because this is Tron. 4 mana Karn the Great Creator. Okay. So that they go get what? Reveal something big and spicy. Show me something glorious here, Mr. Tron player. Oblivion Stone, and then puts down Oblivion Stone. Okay. Question. 4, 8, 10. But they have O-Stone next turn. Don't have a way to stop the O-Stone. This. Black, white. 1. Boudreaux. Just to Lord. And Kudrow is sacrifice creature with power 4 or greater. So that'll happen in combat. That goes to Karn Liberated. That goes to them. Get in for 4. Make it so they don't have Great Creator. And then they have O-Stone Break. Oh, it's Bluetron. So Karn Liberated is definitely not the right name. Attack with everything. World gets blown up. White, blue, green. Reflector Mage. Has a condescend. Sure. You're condescending that. That's fine. I played literally my worst human. But they did put 1 on top, which is a bit scary. Also, what? Oh, because it can't be countered. Because I'm a dumb. Okay, so this is a Karn. This is a down tick. What do you go get? You've already revealed O-Stone 1. You've got 7 mana, which is a bit scary. A wormy boy. Makes sense. Makes sense. Image. Okay. Go ahead and bounce the worm to their hand. Hit Karn the Great Creator here. Karn goes down to 1. You're not even going to bother upticking Karn? Okay. I was about to say. Thalia, huh? White 1. Talia. They want to scry too. I can't pay. Attack them, attack Karn. They go down to 14. Field of Ruin can ruin one of our caverns here. 8 mana, Ugin -3. Except you need one more. As Thalia. Ugin -3 and then has 5. Yep. Not looking too hot for us at this point. Uncounterable 1/1. Sure. Condescend. Remand. Sure. Yeah, that Ugin was a great Ugin. Because now they just go -2. Or you even just go +1 and leave the 1/1. Like, that's probably what you should do. Yep. Worm boy. See, we were hoping they didn't have that. Okay, at this point, there's no point. We've lost. Because we can play this. It gets to a 3/3. I mean, we can image their worm. And then what? So we image their worm. We've got a 6/6. They've got a 6/6. They swing. We block. They trade. Then they ping our death touch. We're left with just the lifelink. We draw another image. We could image one of their things again. Anyway. August. Godok Teague. Dumping Sphere. We like these 6. What don't we like against Tron? More specifically against Blue Tron. The Guardian of Thraben seems a bit weak. Freebooter seems powerful. We can name Ugin and things with these meddling mages, so I like them. Reflector Mage, they don't play a lot of creatures, so we can take out Reflector Mages and bring in deputies. Just run it like this. Run super greedy. No, we take out the lords. John has a hard time dealing with big things though. We do this, we try to keep. If we have a hand with planes, we keep. Would love to take the play. Hand's got Vile, Booter, 1-drop, and Image. What's the worst that can happen? We'll try it. Worst that happens is we lose. And we go 0-3 instead of 0-2. But Humans is feeling all right and fun still. It's just, you know, doesn't feel like it's greatly positioned right now. This will happen. Vial happens. This will go up to 1. Okay, you. Guess we'll name human. We'll go black. Other way around. Black 1. Cavern, you wanna tap? That was weird. Uncounterable freebooter. Take a non-land, non-creature. Okay, well that's a easy dismember. Yeah. We take the dismember because I don't have EE on colors. That's their hand. Blast Zone gets played. Yes, I know I should have done this before I played the freebooter. We're missing out on damage. Say yes. Ooh, beautiful draw. You this. Champion comes down. Grow there. Go ahead and image freebooter. Eat their EE probably, because they don't have color for this repeal or their remand. Three ball. Well, that's fine. Always yield and stop on their draw step here. So opponent should technically be at 15. We'll see if this 1 point of damage is gonna matter. In step, they can crack this EE or this map to go find themselves something. Probably an island. Yep. Island, draw step. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this because we can hit their repeal, which is what they're trying to cast. We're freebooter. Choose them. We've yielded to the parish. All right, we look at their hand. That's a nice hand. I would like to repeal. So many cards have been revealed. So 7, 10. That 1 point of damage probably isn't going to matter. This, you, that. The ziggurat. All right, we will hold this. And turn them all sideways. Take opponent down to 6 and pass the turn. Believe that's their hand. Yeah, hands Karn, Remand, Trinisphere. They can blow up on 1. Yep. That'll happen. Buys them a turn here. Mages of the Moon. That's a fun one. Um, Make it so they can't Tron into Ugin here. I'm pretty sure that shuts off all their outs. In case we were wrong about what their 4 cards in hand were. Because technically they couldn't Tron into Ugin. They needed 2 draw steps anyway. Look it up. Run it back. Like what we put in. We just need to hit that well again. Ages of the Moon is a bit on the iffy side against Bluetron, but I mean, everything else is fine. Gaddock Teague's real good against their Condescend or their Repeal. Hand doesn't do much. Like, it could be fast, but if it's not doing a lot. This, on the other hand, is a very controlling hand. Very controlling hand. Turn 2 Teague into turn 3 Sphere and Meddling Mage to name Karn the Great Creator. This we have to go human because Gaddock Teague isn't... Like, we're still fine because this produces green and that produces white. We can just blind name here. Okay. Or we will just hard drop a Damping Sphere. Because I'm scared of Natty Tron next turn. White, green, Teague. Don't have the Condescend. Remand. Okay. I mean, we can't play our Hierarch now. Because Damping Sphere. They can't do anything either. I mean, I guess they could play out this Tron land and then Karn the Great Creator. Sure. What you gonna go get? Because whatever you get, I'm gonna go stop. Walking Ballista. Okay. Not a bad card to name with Meddling Mage anyway. Blue, white. Meddling Mage. Let's name that Walking Ballista. And a green, green Hierarch. That's the turn here. They now have 5. They go and get O-Stone. Yep. And they play the O-Stone. How fast can this hand go? You cannot. There's a damping sphere out. Guess you could repeal on 0. Yep. Yep. The second damping sphere. So Lieutenant grows. Make it uncounterable here. Just to grow these, hit Karn for 1 and hit them for 3. They can blow up the world. Problem is they've got a good amount here. And they do if they blow up the world, though. Because I'm pretty sure they're just going to do this on our instep, since we're not going to be killing them. Hierarch. No, I don't want to tap. I want to go blue 1. Undo, go there. Blue 1, we have image. Try to get a blow up the world here early. We grow our people. Get in for 9. Thank you, opponent. Should have taken the 9 and gone to 8. I mean, they have 6 mana here. We're not doing much. Because this is Ballista on 3. Or just straight up a Worm Coil. Okay, and we know that they have Ballista here. White-green Teague. Vial. Pass turn. Ballista on 3. Shoot Teague. Hit me for 6. Have a 1/1. That's what I'd do if I'm them. Heck, Ballista on 2. It's non-creature spells. Interesting that you're gonna hold up to that. X on 3, shoot Teague twice. Yep. I guess seeing if I was just gonna block. Okay. You can't use that to do that. I have to do it this way. Let's draw off of Wonderlog Grove. What a fun draw. So they can pump twice. Big in combat. This happens. Turn this vial sideways. Try to put in a blocker. Aha! I get to block 6 damage. His opponent chooses to not pump Ballista and hit our Hierarch and then take us down farther. Again, we're just stalling the inevitable here. We don't win. But hey, we can have fun. Maze Mind Tome. Sure, opponent. Because that's not cast. I mean, you can still pump and then shoot. And then I have 1 blocker. And you can pump and shoot and kill me. But you didn't do it last time. So why would I expect you to do it this time? Ah, you're going to do it with the trigger on the stack. Okay. Opponent realized that Walking Ballista has another activated ability besides removing counters. They'll get here, and this will make humans 0-3. Truth be told, there's nothing we really could have played different. I mean, played differently? No, we could have kept differently. Again, you've got mana to pump. You don't have to go for the style point. Congratulations, Mr. Bluetron player. You got to do Tron things. Not a whole lot of blue things, but a whole lot of Tron things. Yet another die roll lost. We'll keep. It's turn 2 Mantis Rider with a Hierarch out. Okay, Windswept Heath. So we're either facing Ponza or Green-White Titan. Snooker Force and Utopia Spell makes me go Ponza, which means we are going to be in blue. What? What? Okay, everything's out the door. Everything I just said just got thrown into the wind. Not white. Green. Hierarch. Pass the turn. Blue, huh? Whatever they're doing, it's gonna be fun. I like that it's not Ponza. It might be Uro shenanigans. But hey. Uro shenanigans I think we can beat. Knew that this untap. Ooh, that's a fun one. Red, white. blue Mantis Rider. Okay, combat, get in for 4. Opponent's gonna have a good amount of mana here, but we're gonna have fun. This bridge. Okay. So I don't want to play down General. Opponent needs to play down another card. If they don't, we smack for 9. Meddling Mage. I have no idea what they're on. So we go blue 1 image. Copywriter. Blue green image. Copy the copy. Combat hit for 9. Hope opponent can't get rid of 2 cards in their hand. Opponent's at 6. So Deputy of Detention's coming in here. Opponent could not get rid of 2 cards in their hand. Cool. We would have drawn Reflector Mage. Neat. So green, blue. We want deputies. I have no idea what else their deck is. All we saw was... I mean, Chalice doesn't seem terrible because we saw the Utopia Sprawl and the Arbor Elf. Guess it's just deputies over Reflector Mages. Let's see what we can see. We've got... I don't like how slow this hand is. Mulligan. Keep. Bottom Hierarch? No, we don't have a way to do... well, bottom champion. Opponent, you didn't keep a 1-lander, did you? Or no lander? I was about to be real concerned for a second. So they fetch. Let's see. Just a breeding pool. So they probably are just 2 color. A Ziggurat there is real nice. The Ziggurat green hierarch past turn. Next turn we have Meddling Mage plus Aether Vial. I really don't like Ensnaring Bridge. There's a Windswept Teeth. That gets a Snow-Covered Forest. 2 mana down. And Torpor Orb. Okay. Blue-white. Meddling Mage. Name Ensnaring Bridge. And played on an Aether Vial. Sure. Okay. Okay. I see what you're doing, opponent. I like your game plan. In fact, I like your game plan so much, we're gonna copy it. Then play down the flyer. Pass the turn. And snow-covered island. Cryptic command, bounce, draw. Okay. There goes our phantasmal image. However, they're not going to be playing Ensnaring Bridge anymore since they have an Uro out. They go to 21. They get to put a land into play. We'll do this. So that'll happen. This will happen. They want to do something. Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic Command back on top. Okay. Let's say yes. Mantis Rider. White. Blue. I need to do that differently. This needs to tap for blue. This needs to tap for red. This needs to tap for white. Mantis Rider. And combat swing for 4. I'm gonna make you have to use your cryptic. Cryptic, bounce our arrow, draw a card. No blocks. We take 6, go down to 13. Oh, nice, buddy. You ban. Gotta love people. Did you guys know you could become famous by doing something that isn't gonna work ever? That's not how this works. Ooh, okay. This could arguably erase them. Oh, well, no, it can't because I always forget Torpor Orb. One's got 2 cards in hand. Burrow's gonna get them a lot here, though. There we go. That'll happen. We'll block with the Thalia's Lieutenant, as seeing it's just a 1/1 at this point. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, so We weren't wrong in planning on naming that card. Good to note. They go and get probably liquid metal coating here. Clay coating, shut us off of a color. Worm coil. Okay. Like, I like whatever opponent's doing. I mean, you have to sacrifice one of these. I guess you sacrifice the tapped one. Neat. Vial, always no, always yield. Play a land. We'll just name human, we're lazy. Vial, this. We'll go at Karn at them. Karn goes bye-bye. And they have 2 6/6s out. We're not winning, but well, we've got game 3 still. I just want to see what all they're doing here. Worm coil comes down. They've got 3 mana. We can chump block this guy. They gain 3. At this point, I'm just trying to see what all they're doing. I'm guessing if they're smart here, they're not going to show us anything else. But my guess is what they have in hand is bridge. And we can take 12 once. All right, that'll happen. We go down to 1. Our next draw is nothing that'll deal 20 in a single turn. Good to note about Torpor Orb, though. And there's the Arbor Elf that we saw from last time. Triggers. Say yes, that one's no. And Reflector Mage. That's fun. We can Reflector Mage away the Worm Coil. It's what? Can't be cast until my next turn. So it doesn't matter if we do this now or later. No, well, yeah, it didn't matter either way because Torpor Orb. God. Tap my team, draw a card. Yep. Cool. So Torpor Orb is what we need to deal with. Don't really have anything for that. We just need to get rid of it or name it before it hits the field. Okay. This is not a good spot for us. That's great. All right. I would love to play. Yeah, snap keep. Turn 1, human. This green hierarch. Pass the turn. Turn 2 is champion into meddling mage named Torpor Orb. Hopefully we see a phantasmal image to the name Uro. There's the Arbor Elf. Another cavern named Human. We'll go white. and play out this champion. We will go blue-white and go meddling mage. And let's name a card here that we really don't want to see. Orb. Always yield to champion of the parish. Pass the turn. Utopia Sprawl blue and Arrow comes down here. I'm assuming is their game plan. Try to just make Arrow and get it as quick as possible now that we've got... Okay, liquid metal coating. So Karn's next turn. Reflector Mage. That's a fun one. Blue, white, green, Reflector Mage. Make it so that way they don't get their elf for a whole turn. So they have to have a land drop here. Take opponent down to 14, pass the turn. All right, well, they had the land. You can't play it this turn. That is literally what Reflector Mage does. Bridge. And they have 4. Awkward. Awkward. So we can Mantis Rider, grow, get in for 3, 6, 10. Yeah, that's our line. You blue. No, undo. Red. Blue. Mantis Rider. And then... Right, this is not a May. This is just a put. Yes. And this is just a put. So white, this. Lieutenant, grow the board. I know it makes it so our champion can't attack, but everything else gets to get in. Opponent goes down to 4. They need to play 2 cards, at least. There's the elf, so anything with 3 can't attack. And now they could Karn here. Yep, and they can take us off of 1 land. Thing with 2 can't attack. Opponent's at 3. They can't down tick here. So human off the top increases Thalia's lieutenant. And then we swing with Thalia and Hierarch. Okay, so they get rid of one of our redraws. That's fine. They have to block the Thalia. They go down to 2. They no longer have an Arbor Elf. Ideally, what we want is Hierarch off the top here. Vile. Guardian of Thraben, huh? Attack them. You kind of sort of got to block at this point. Doesn't block. Goes down to 1. So they have faith that they have another blocker. Or that they can empty their hand down to 0. To reveal it, what you want to do? Puts a card into your hand, opponent. I mean, I guess Worm Coil. And then I can't attack until I play a flyer. But your Worm Coil can't attack either, ever. So we are looking for Kite Sail Freebooter. This is a Worm Coil. Okay. Thalia. White, green, Thalia. Yep. Can't really stop it from growing. Guess they could bounce at this point. Reveals yet again. So they've got something else that they really want to play. I guess Ballista. Platinum Angel. Okay. What is with me facing the weirdest decks that run Platinum Angel? Because we did this in the Mill League that went up on Monday. And now we're doing this again. Another Platinum Angel shenanigans deck. Man, if only we had a way to ping them once. Upkeep draw. That's a fun draw. You that. We'll name Angel. Why not? White. Vile. We'll play a useless artifact. Pass the turn. Second bridge. Okay. I did bring in the deputies, right? We're not just... Yeah. I say we've got outs. I'm not just stringing opponent along here. Yeah. Arrow into that. So now nothing except the hierarchy can attack. And technically their Arbor Elf could, but I don't think they're going to attack with the Arbor Elf. So ideally what we do is we hit some hierarchs, or right here off the top we hit Deputy of Detention. That is not a deputy of detention. It is, however, a redraw towards a deputy. We can wait. Metal happens. That'll happen. We need a redraw. Ollie as lieutenant won't do it. So at this point, we are foobarred. Unless we hit running hierarchs. There's hierarch 1. Except it's angel smells. Oh, forgot about that. Oh, forgot that we named Angel as a joke. They crack down to 3. How'd they gain life? Earl. We have 2 hierarchs. Destroy target artifact. Okay. We need 1 more hierarch into deputy to deputy. The bridges swing to get them past lethal into reflector mage or phantasmal image. We are not looking good here. But we do technically still have an out. So we're going to play to that out. Okay. I mean, I guess we can go ahead and play Thalia's Lieutenant. Doing that grows both of our hierarchs, though. We really don't want to do that right now. But it grows our Mantis Rider to the point where Mantis Rider is lethal. Yep. Grow the board. Do that. Do that. Pass the turn. I need 1 more card in the graveyard for Uro here. I mean, this should be down tick. They probably don't have EE, but if they do, down tick EE on 2, play it, blow it up, and then Uro. Walking Ballista. That's another good one. Make as much mana as possible here. Ballista. So a 5/5 Walking Ballista, not bad. Can shoot us for 5. Probably not the greatest thing to do, but is an option available to them. Champion of the Parish, pass the turn. You see what he should be doing is ping, 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 ping. Now, and kill my hierarchs. And I have no mana. I would have 0 outs. And I would concede. However, opponent doesn't seem to like that plan. Yes. The thieving. How are you getting rid of your bridges? Like, I love what opponent's doing here. It's a very fun deck. How are you getting rid of your own bridges, opponent? Fun. We will grow everything. Blah, 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 blah. My out is still hierarch into... Okay, so they're going to pump ballista. Again, kill off my hierarch so I don't have mana. And eventually you just get there. I can't compete with a ballista. Liquid metal coating's my mantis rider to now thieving skydiver mantis rider. That's a one heck of a kicker. So we're going to be taking this loss. Going 0-4, which is not great for us. But it's a fun deck that we're facing. I'll give him that. So this will happen. Thieving. Yep. I like what they're trying to do. I'm assuming this torpor orb is doing great things. But their bridge is just slowly growing them towards victory. They get in for 4. Yeah, we don't have any flyers. We have to take that. Black source off the top here. We get to play General Kudro. Yes. Human. Black. White. Green. Because opponent has not dealt with our hierarchs yet. Untaps the forest. Okay. Do you have counter magic? Cryptic command. Counter draw. Counter bounce a bridge. That's what I'd do. At this point, they've got the commanding board state. They just need to bounce 2 bridges. And paying the additional 1. Yep, counter bounce. Yep. Oh, return target permanent. Tap all creatures I control. Okay. I wasn't expecting that one. You that this. Arrow goes away. And I can blow up one thing. We see if they have the repeal or another cryptic here. Oxidize. That was spicy. Blue, green, torpor, orb, artifacts. I can block one thing. I block the most damage and die miserably. Negative 15. All right. So we were playing to an out. The out was slim, and we didn't get there. The humans going 0-4. Let's see if we can salvage this into something. You don't have to match me up. Why not? We're never utilizing this vial with this hand, but hey. You human vial. Pass turn. Okay, green, white, Titan. I say whenever you're utilizing this vial. Whenever you're utilizing this vial more than once. Okay. Apparently my hand's just going to constantly contradict what I say into the mic right after I say it. Yes, champion. White, lieutenant. Yes, yield. So we've got a 1-1 and a 3-3. I guess his opponent's going to try to ramp next turn using flagstones. At which point we go Reflector Mage, bounce their stuff, Lieutenant, grow our board, hit them for 7, 8, 9, 9. Ooh, Ghost Quarter. That's a fun one. Alright, we'll go yes. I mean, they don't have counter magic. So you name human. Blue, white, white. Reflector Mage. Bounce their Reclaimer. Make them have the path. So they have the path, huh? That's fine. I can't really stop them from having that. Yield to that Thalia's Lieutenant, have that happen, put this into play. And get in for 4. Opponent can't play Reclaimer down next turn, so we don't have to worry about them ramping. And then we've got 7, 8, possibly 10. They gain 2. That's fine. Dryad, that's annoying, but fine. Blast zone, sure. Upkeep, say yes. Woot woot. Can we hit non-lands? So Dryad can block our 3/4 very nicely here. So we just do that. Blah, blah. So no Valakut from them yet. Free combat. Unfortunate that we're flooding out in a matchup where we needed to not flood out. Prime time. Valakut, and make me cry. Or Field of the Dead Valakut. Either or will do it. Valakut is 4 Valakut triggers, taking us down to 8. Meaning we'd have to kill them on the spot right here, which we cannot do. Or they could go the Field of the Dead route and overrun our board state. Or they're going to just blow up our board. Which makes sense because next turn they can go double field. And then we have to block. Either way, we're not winning here. They should have swung because that's a free 2 points of damage. Always no, always yield. Woot woot, we drew a hierarch, baby. The fact that the humans player has not missed a land drop and it's turn 5 tells you a lot. So this happens, they go to combat, they swing with the prime time, get 2 Field of the Dead. Or, hear me out, they have the Vesuva and we're dead. We're not dead with 2 of Vesuva. No, we are dead, 2 of Vesuva. Also, to those of you who live in the Central Time Zone and are catching this live on Twitch, Happy New Year! We just hit 12 a.m. So there's the... Yeah, are these all at face? Okay, nope. 2 are at creatures. I still think that's lethal. Which will put us down a game against Titan. Yep, because that's 8 damage. Cool. We're at 8. That's 8 damage being swung. So, to those of you who are here, cheers to the new year. I know you're supposed to not use whiskey. You're supposed to use champagne or wine or grape juice. But I've got whiskey and I like it. So Mage of the Moon comes in here. Gaddock Teague is not so good. They've moved away from Summoner's Pact and have moved over to Eldamri's Call, so Chalice isn't great. Auriok Champion's not good. They don't play a lot of non-creature spells. So we'll just do that. Bring in the Magus and pray. So, will this be our first 05? So this hand is interesting. It allows us to do plenty. I don't know what we're stopping. This hand is absolutely terrible, but we're gonna keep it. Keep it. Turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 double Hierarch, turn 3 Lieutenant. Hope Hierarchs can get there. Well, truly, it's hope we can draw not Hierarch. Hope we can draw some of our more powerful, impactful creatures. Hope we can draw like our general. Waiting on opponent here. Okay. Unclaimed territory, human, and Hierarch. And let's begin the game. Is a bunch of Hierarchs gonna be enough? I was gonna say paying costs. You can't pay costs before fetching a land that actually taps for mana. This into Reclaimer? Yeah. So the beautiful thing here is because we can't utilize the mana off of this Hierarch, we are just going to play triple Hierarch into swing for 3 with a Hierarch. Exalted. Get in for 3. One goes down to 16. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath, fetch. Green, white, explore into field. Okay. Not looking bad for us. Okay. Now we're not looking so hot. We really didn't need to draw Human. White, white, Thalia's Lieutenant. I'm just going massively wide. Swing with a bunch of 1/2s. It's technically more damage to not swing with a bunch of 1/2s. It's next turn where it's net no damage. We would have net 1 by swinging with everything. Granted, they then might have actually blocked since they haven't been able to use their Reclaimer for ramp. Explosions. So, what can we do? Depending on what we draw here, I guess, what's our best draw? General? We draw general, pumps everything by 1, 2, 4, 6, 9. They could then block with a reclaimer. Grow, possibly. What does that buy them? Is this 3 or more? Yes, 3 or more, so they'd be able to kill a hierarch. We want general off the top here. Nah. Can I stop flooding, please? Swing with just 1. It's a 4/5. They can block. They could ramp if they wanted to. They just take it. We pass the turn. Paying cost, Eldamri's Call, going to get Dryad or Primetime. They get Primetime, meaning that they have a castle in hand. They play castle, they get snow covered, and something else to turn on Field of the Dead. And we now have to race down a bunch of zombies. We've got one way to do that. Actually, we've got a couple ways. Because we've got the mages. Blast zone. Oh my god. We lose. High card. High card. I mean, I guess we still like name Dryad, so that way we don't get blown out by Dryad. And that'll just about do it for us. Because they make 2 more zombies here. Well, no. They make 6 zombies here. Assuming they have 2 Field of the Dead and a Vesuva here. Oh, they had a field in hand. Awkward. That'll happen. Primetime swings in. 2, 4, 5, 6. We could block with enough. Unless, you know, they activate Blast Zone on 1. Vesuva gets Field of the Dead, and then they have Fetch Land, so this gets 6. I guess either way, this way is technically more zombies, isn't it? Neat. We're dead to a horde of zombies. I mean, we're dead on board anyway. Block like so. Make them decide if they want to crack this blast zone or if they just want to. Assuming they just go kill, trade the prime time. Oh, they are going to crack the blast zone. Interesting. We take 2 and Reclaimer. Okay, so no Dryad at least. I was worried about a dryad there. Reflector mage. Neat. White. Blue. White. Bounce your prime time. And cry as we die to their board state. Has Eldamri's call. Okay. Calls for Dryad. Opponent swings here. We take lethal. That's 10. We can block 2 of it. So if they don't swing, they're just going for the BM Dryad kill. If they do swing, they're polite. Reclaimer goes and gets Valakut off the sack. And then has 3 Field of the Dead triggers plus a Valakut trigger that's killing our Reflector Mage. And then has a crack off of the Windswept Heath for another Valakut trigger. Sacred Foundry tapped. The 3 more plus Valakut trigger. Let them have their fun. And we will be going 0-5 with humans. See you guys in the conclusion. Yep. Opponent's trying to kill us with Valakut. We go down to 9, and then we take 20. All right. So, with what I believe is our first 0-5, that's our humans record. Didn't necessarily feel like it was the deck's fault. There's probably a lot that I could have done differently. I probably kept not great hands. It's definitely a deck that you need to learn the ins and outs of to play extremely well. It's got enough synergies here and there that it can be piloted by even someone like me, and you can take some games. I mean, you take a look at our record. We've got 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. We were close in a lot of those 1-2s. We just weren't able to quite close it. So, and take our record with a bit of a grain of salt. Definitely has some stuff. We never brought in the Chalice of the Voids, but we didn't see what we were expecting to need for those Chalice of the Void decks. We never brought in the Garactiger's Cage. We didn't see any Oops decks. What we brought in was what we needed. And other than that, the deck felt relatively fine, other than we just didn't get there. We flooded out a lot of those games, which can happen, but you'd hope to not when you're at 19 lands. But hey, welcome to Magic. It's a game of variance. See you guys in the next video.